whole entire story this week has been about the line flip. Money is coming in heavy on Mariscal, and rightfully so. This dude's good. He closed as a dog in his last two UFC fights and won both fights. One, he won more than the other. Let's just say that Jack Jenkins fight, man, dude, he popped his arm. So I mean, you made him pop his arm. It is what it is, right? But let's take a look at the live odds right now. Live odds minus 120 for the last Pirate and plus 100 for Chepe Mariscal. AJ, when I was betting this one, on my sports book, they had him as a pick'em. And I was like, ooh, this is a perfect opportunity if you are a Last Pirate fan to say we're getting him at value, because minus 170, I agree. I'm not sure if that's a price that I'm willing to pay, because this is one of those, in a way, dog or pass type situations. You either roll with the dog, Chepe Mariscal, or you say, I'm not sure if I can call it, because Mariscal is the more tenured fighter. Charriere, on the other hand, this dude is, to me, he's a 5-star prospect, 5-tool prospect, like what they do in baseball or whatever, right? And what I mean by that is, argue it, man. Grappling, this dude can grapple. He did it against Paul Hughes, Cage Warriors. Go back and watch it, right? This dude's tenured there. Striking, crispier striking than Mariscal, in my opinion. There's just one thing, one intangible that Mariscal has that I don't think that Morgan has, and it's dog. Ultra, extra, super dog. You're always game in a fight. There's no quitting, no giving up. You might get tired, but you're never going to give up on yourself. All of that being said, what does Mariscal bring to the table in your eyes that says I need to make him the dog pick?
Well, I got to agree with you on the dog comment, Derek, because Chepe Mariscal deserves to be living in the boneyard, man. This dude is an absolute animal out there. But Mariscal, I think the one thing, I mean, power, obviously, that's one of the things that come to mind. He has that intangible power where he just has crack in him, right? And nonetheless, durable, down for a fight. If Mariscal can make this fight dirty, and not in the sense that we always say dirty, but make this one very troubling, very bloody, man, he's going to look good, and he's going to take that 5-star prospect down a peg or two.
That's the question, though, because I agree. But can he keep it dirty for 15 whole minutes? Because you'll notice in some of these fights, man, he pushes the pace, and I think he's willing to put himself in a position to be tired, because he says, if I'm tired, I know you're gassed, right? But Morgan Charriere, bro, this is a dude who you could try to clinch him up. He got reversals for everything. Again, he's very, very highly skilled. He pops off the page to me. When you see him strike, you're like, ooh, this guy is good. So not a lot to work with if you're looking at just kind of the track record, right? But if you're taking a look at the numbers, I mean, higher strike count for Charriere right now. He got one fight in the UFC, so it's like these numbers almost mean nothing, right? But then again, Mariscal only has 2, right? So it's kind of almost in the same boat. He has 1.5 because the other fight didn't really finish, right? But this is my big question right here, the takedowns. This is really the main thing. I can totally see Mariscal winning this fight purely on just being able to take down Charriere and hold him down. The reason being is that Charriere is a little too prone to jump guillotine, you know what I mean? To put himself in a position where he could still use the good hips, sweep, get back up to his feet, but he accepts the position a little bit too much. That doesn't strike me, though, as a game plan that Mariscal would take. He seems too game of a fighter to just play the lay and pray approach. So do you see this fight ending in a finish right here?
I do see this fight ending in a finish, Derek. I mean, when I was breaking this one down, I was trying to think of all the ways in which this could go, because you're right, man. Charriere has great footwork, crispy hands, and a very smart approach about going into the fight. Well, that all gets thrown out the window when you got a dog chasing you down, hunting for your head. And that's what Mariscal is going to do in this one. And that's why I see a finish, whether it's a counter striking of Charriere or whether it's the actual just pummeling that Mariscal is able to put on people. I think this fight's going to end in a finish.
What does it mean to you that for Charriere, the 2 most recent losses that he's had this decade in the 2020s have come to 2 former champions in Cage Warriors?
What does it mean for Charriere?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, man. I mean, it speaks. It's funny because you would think like, man, where does this kid come from and have all this talent and have things going? But the proof's right there in the pudding, man. Having 2 losses to champs right there and seeing how well this guy performs, it makes all the sense in the world to me.
Given that this is such an erratic fight, I'm really hesitant to place any props on this one. I'm more of, again, either dog, pass, or since it's no longer these crazy minus 170, plus 140 odds, I cashed in, just so you get transparency, right? I cashed in Morgan Charriere at, let me see, I got the number right here. I cashed in minus 115. Right? Just pure money line play, minus 115, said, let's go ahead and take it. I like the price of admission. If you lose, you're not mad, right? You're not mad at that. You're mad if it's a minus 170 and you lose on that one. So for Mariscal, is it enough dog to just go pure money line at plus 100?
Oh, plus 100. Yeah, actually, I do like that because I'm having trouble with these props, right? Plus 700, plus 1400 on the Marty Skull side. Not a big fan of either of those. Looking for the dog plus 100 sounds really good to me. I don't know if you're going to get him at that good of numbers going on
Yeah.
forward.
All right, so there you have it, folks. This is a contentious pick right here. I think Morgan is going to be too skilled on the feet, is going to be able to survive the grappling advances right there, and you're just going to be able to see, man, when the striking, when that right hand starts popping out, man, the blood's flowing. My man AJ, when we doing that, Charriere is a very scary man. Mariscal, always a dog, so there's always a threat. So with that being said, give me the last pirate. You're rocking with Mariscal, and that is your picks.